I picked up these pretty porterhouse steaks on a markdown. Let's go cook them. Hey, don't be scared of those markdowns. When you see them, scoop them up, put them in the freezer, or cook them right away. Now I'm going to get started with a little avocado oil drizzle. I like avocado oil because it has a high smoke point, meaning it takes a long time for it to smoke, so you can get it nice and hot, and it's going to help me get a good sear on the steaks. Now I'm going to hit them with some garlic pepper from Redmond real salt. We're just going to hit them with that grinder. We're going to coat all the sides with this salt, pepper, and garlic seasoning and let them sit out while I get the grill ready. Letting them sit out, coming up to room temp, gives it an opportunity to get that chill off of it from being in the fridge. I've got the kamado loaded with that FOGO charcoal, and we're going to cook it directly over the fire. I let it go for about 1.5 minutes aside before I give it a turn. You can do 45, you can do 90 degree. I went with 90 degree this time just to change it up a bit. I just want to see some real pretty grill marks. Don't forget to click your tongs, because if you're not clicking those tongs, are you even grilling? So we give it a flip and repeat that process on this other side. So we're going to let it cook for about 1.5 minutes and then give it a turn and let it cook for another 1.5 minutes. I've got my grill set up for indirect cooking, so I have the charcoal banked to one side. That gives me 2 zones to cook in. I'm going to check the internal temp of the steak with my Maverick thermometer. I'm happy with the color on it, so I'll pull it aside to let it finish cooking, and we'll go ahead and get that other steak right over the fire. While that steak cooks, I'm going to continue to check the temp of the other steak. I'm looking for an internal temp of about 125 to 130. I could have cooked both of the steaks at the same time, but I just wanted to try to get a little more control and give each steak its own attention. Again, we're going to give it a click. We're going to give it a flip. And man, my mouth is watering. Now, once the steaks look good and they come up to temp, I'm going to pull them aside to let them rest. I like to put butter on my steaks when I take them off the grill. Sometimes I'll put butter down on the tray and set the steak on top of the butter. You could do a seasoned resting butter. So again, I add a pat of butter to each one of the steaks. Now's a good time to go ahead and get a good butter snack since I have it out already. Butter's a great way to get your fat intake up, and it really helps to make you feel full. All right, let's cut into the steaks. They've rested for about 10 minutes. We're going to cut into the filet side first. If you didn't know, a porterhouse is a New York strip and a filet just connected. And often it's much cheaper per pound than if you were to buy a filet by itself or a New York strip by itself. That was the filet. Now let's cut into the New York strip and see how we did on that side. Nothing goes to waste. You can save the bones and keep them in the freezer for when you're ready to make your bone broth or beef stock. So we give it a slice. It was a little overcooked for my liking. Sometimes filming and taking pictures will get in the way of really getting a good cook on a steak. Now let's check out this other one. The good thing is I'm going to do it again and again and again. So the more you do it, the better you get. That's what I love about cooking. You learn something pretty much every time you cook. Now let's see how we did on this other steak. I'm the Falcon Eats. Thank you so much for watching. If you found some value in this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.